city of Los Angeles is to assist you. Now, this documentation, Madam Attorney, you better note for the record. Today I'm putting on note and on the record, I plan to go before a judge and file a claim against the city of Los Angeles for denying me a disabled man, a motherfucker with an attitude, because that's what NWA stands for, Jenny. Come to work. Come to work and fix my sidewalk problems. It's just not for me, it's for the non-disabled people. And we're tired of it. I'm strict and tired. Tell the mayor ass to get off her lazy ass, give you the money, and fix the fucking sidewalk and streets. Barden versus Sacramento. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now transition to our virtual platform.
Thank you, President King. We'll start with Sandra. Sandra, good morning. You should be receiving a pop-up asking you to unmute. And we can come back to Sandra. We'll go ahead to Yvonne. Go ahead,
Thank
Yvonne.
you. Yes, I'd like to ask the board to collect the barricades that are retained by Scientology for street closures. There's over, I'm estimating 20, probably 30 on their property. And they use these barricades to willy-nilly close the street when they desire. And they should be billed $35 a day for the retention of the barricades past the point of the permits allowed. They are been allowed to have these barricades indefinitely for over a year. Please pick them up. Thank you.
And I saw that Sandra unmuted right after Yvonne unmuted. Sandra, are you ready to make public comment at this time?
Yes, thank you, TJ. Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
In regards to the permits for the public events,
Hey, Myers.
Scientology, as we know, are not a community partner. They're a human trafficking cult using city permitted events for recruitment into their various entities such as the Vulture Ministries or Drug Free World, CCHR, etc. We witnessed them yesterday deny access to Audit LA. Two of their slave labor security guards prevented her access to an as advertised public event, National Night Out. And we encountered an attendee who showed us that they gave her a recruitment package folder for the volunteer ministries. The city is complicit in the crimes of Scientology, constantly allowing them these not so open to the public event permits. Revoke the permit for the street maintenance and remove those red bricks laid by the forced slave labor and repave this public street, please. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
And we'll move next to Audit LA. Audit LA.
Good morning. Yes, as you heard, I was denied entry to a public
Yay,
event.
audit.
Thankfully, I didn't see any city officials coming. I'm grateful for that. But I want to talk about their art permit. I have yet to be able to find proof that they're abiding by it with regards to proving that they've had insurance submitted every year. That is a ground for revocation, as
Checking
is
my
slave
notes.
labor that they used. They were patrolling. They're not supposed to be patrolling the public streets and sidewalks. Unless they're paid fair wages and have a permit to do so. But they were chasing down and retrieving their own people. One of their people were trying to leave somewhere, and he ran and got the security ran and got her and forced her to come back. It's very oppressive. And the city should not allow them because they feel that they own the street. They feel that they own this territory. The city needs to reclaim it. They're not abiding by it. It's illegal to have slave labor on our streets.
Thank you. That's 2 seconds. And we'll move next to Gigi.
Gotcha, girl.
Okay, so I'm glad that Amy or Shirt Guy brought up the planters. There's a court case going on right now for vandalism to the planters. And we had been speaking
Hey, Big
at
Chief.
every meeting asking you guys to do something. And you guys dragged your feet a bit too much. I'm not saying that there wouldn't have been charges
Hey,
for
Heather.
other stuff or whatever, but those planters should have been gone and the frustration builds. You know, like there's stuff that you guys have to do that's more important for the city as a whole. I get it, but please stop dragging your feet with stuff, because people are getting in legal trouble trying to solve issues that you could solve way easier and, you know, not face legal ramifications. Also, the event that Auto LA was denied from said that all were welcome. What does all are welcome mean if they're denying people before they even go in there?
Thank you, Gigi, and that's 60 seconds. We'll have a quick time check for the commissioners. There's 2.5 minutes remaining on the 10-minute block of public comment. We'll move next to Jill.
I'm going to reiterate everything that everyone said about the event last night, about the inability of them to allow people from the public to attend an event. I have to add something about a bouncy house that looked like a firehouse or fire truck. I noted that it was deflating and no one was getting the kids out. There are safety violations. Someone's going to get hurt. They do not follow safety regulations. They didn't. No one is going to inspect their events to make sure that the bouncy house was tethered down properly and that it wasn't going to float away in some situation. You need to send inspectors. You need to really get yourselves boots on the ground to see what's going on L. Ron Hubbard Way, and that stop giving them permits to have events that discriminate and just are a vehicle to recruit for more slave labor in their cultish organization. Bye.
And Miriam?
I'm not going to get called on if they only have...
Good morning. I have also been observing the street closures on L. Ron Hubbard Way and also the execution of their events in the past year and a half. Just as an example, yesterday, the National Night Out, there was probably 20 attendees and the event was held on their parking space. Normally, the street is closed on similar type of events where the attendance is roughly between 20 and 60 people. That's not a reason to get a street closure, especially on L. Ron Hubbard Way, which is one of the main routes to two major hospitals that are right next to the cult of Scientology. So I urge you not to approve these street closures for Scientology anymore, because they have a very empty parking lot on daily basis that is on their own routes and could easily be utilized for their events going forward.
I don't think I'm going to get called on, but good job everyone who got called on. Oh. Hi, thank you. I'm calling because of these street permits also on L. Ron Hubbard. I don't understand why they're constantly being allowed to assume full access to the street when the rest of the neighborhood doesn't get access to the street. They've literally gone out in the middle of the night and paint the curb red and have stolen that street. That street needs to be accessible to everyone. That street needs to be opened up for parking. You need to put metered parking in. You need to leave that street accessible. That street is the only avenue of escape for the slave labor force that they call the Sea Org. These people are vulnerable people. They need our help. Closing off this street closes off their only avenue of hope. Please have that street opened up. Please open it up for the neighbors. These event permits have to stop. They make it way too inhospitable with all of their noise, consistently playing the same songs over and over. They need to be addressed. They take far too many liberties. Thank you. I yield back my time.
President King, thank you. President King, that does complete the 10 minutes.
I didn't think I was going to get in.
That does complete the 10-minute block allotted to public comment. However,
I wasn't muted. They heard me say that.
Hands raised would like to offer public comment?
Sure.
Very well. Their voices matter. I see that your hand is raised.
Oh,
would you like to offer public comment?
They're going to do more.
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. You have 60 seconds to offer general public comment.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to cover all of the atrocities that have happened in Scientology, to include all of the forced abortions of the Sea Org children. Alain X, a Swiss Scientologist at 18 years old, told to kill himself, which he did. Anonymous Swiss Scientologist thrown off of a bridge by his father in Switzerland. Child X hit by a car at Fort Harrison Hotel, Florida. Elaine X told to disconnect from her family, 1979, Sydney. She killed herself. Francois X, French Scientologist, 30 years old, killed himself. Also, I wanted to add that the red bricks on that street were made by children, and also adults are locked in rooms until they will give money. And that sounds like false imprisonment. Thank you so much. Their voices matter. I yield back my time.
Good job.
And Lurker, I see that your hand is raised. Would you like to offer public commentary this morning? You should be receiving a pop-up asking you to unmute.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Would you like to offer a public comment this morning?
You know, I would, but I'm at a loss for words. This world is so crazy. All over. This one street? Are you kidding me? We can't have one street. Those bricks should not be torn up. A plaque should be letting people know just how much our streets
Bless her.
mean to us, the citizens of the United States of America. Do you understand how important this is? They're the ones who made a big blip in the world. Look at it. See it. Do what you can.
Sitting at my desk. Sorry.
Thank you. That's 60 seconds. And that concludes public commentary this morning from Zoom.
Thank you very much. With that, we will close general public comment portion of today's meeting and move on to multiple agenda item public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item.
I woke up
multiple
late,
agenda item comment
so I didn't even look at the
for up to
agenda
3 minutes
items.
per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time you can speak on more than one agenda item, and please identify the items that you will speak on when you are called. We'll start with first in-person speaker, which is Amy.
Thank you very much.
Shrimp
My
guy.
name is Big Heavy Amy. Start with item number 1. It is a
I
bid
see
for a
him.
special public
Not
works
really.
project. My comment will be, I have seen so many public work projects, and I come from a foreign country, and I would like to offer some comparisons to our commissioners. From the communist country where I come from, whenever there's a government project, a new building, a railroad, a highway, or whatever, they were able to complete whatever project using less than half of whatever the time it takes you guys, which is weird. I don't know why. Does that mean we have poor quality of project, or does that mean our highway just collapsed the second day? I do not know that whatever in the United States, specifically in LA, whatever project you have, it costs 200%, 300% more, and then it's taking 5 years extra, and it still cannot get the job done. Now let's move on to item number 7. Item number 7 is about the 7 and 8. They both about the elementary school. They both about the street lighting. They both about the hearing. I do have several concerns about street lighting because I do have several friends. Their kids, either in the early morning, either in the late afternoon, they have to walk to school. They do not have a parents can drive them. Certain times, certain school, the bus does not access directly to the school. They do have to have a lot of walking. So the least thing you can do
I know,
is to
Amy.
provide a
I
lot
always
of
think of
lighting
that
for
too.
those kids. And in addition, those places will get special treatment because they are at school. But how about on Figueroa, where I live, where there's not many schools? Does that mean that
Blurry.
I can just walk on Figueroa without street lighting, and I can just fall just over and over and over again, and the public work just doesn't have to do anything about it because I'm not an elementary school student, because I'm not a student. I disagree with that theology. Now let's move on
You're
to item number
tiny,
16.
Amy.
Is about the street closure. Well, this is another street closure, and I see the street closure has a legitimate reason for that. It's the Purple Line extension. It's about the metro. It's for public good. But right now, I'm aware there are so many street closure that does not even have a legitimate reason.
And that's 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. Our next in-person speaker is NWA. Last call. All right, Mr. Knight, we'll move on to our virtual platform.
Thank you, President Kang. And we have two multiple agenda item commenters, and we'll go ahead and start with Yvonne.
Thank you. I'd like to speak on number one and all of the lighting agenda items relate to this, actually all future contracts. Given the turmoil of tariff, no tariff situation that you are finding yourselves in, it's reasonable to excuse the estimate under evaluation of number one, but that's not really valid.
Not holding it, having it shake.
The point I want to make in this contracting situation is that if and when there is a rebate from the federal government for the tariffs, that rebate will be awarded to the contractor, not the city, unless the city is the official procurement point of the items in the contract. Therefore, I believe you need to rethink how you are writing your contracts so that the city purchases all of the materials, and
You're asleep.
then hopefully the state attorney general can sue the federal government and get a rebate on that amount of money that is inflated on those contracts and the prices of those materials. I hope I've made myself clear on that. The contractors are going to, if they get a rebate,
Monica's
they're
tiny
going to
too.
retain those rebates and not give it back to the city. A contractor having to fund and find the finances, you're going to lose apparently 100% of your contractors and be stuck with a single source. This is not a good solution for either the city or the contracting community. Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll move next to Audit LA. Audit LA.
Go audit.
Good morning again. I want to start with the last one with contracts with the Bureau of Engineering. I believe the R permit that was granted to Scientology is a form of a contract, and I am asking formally how we can begin the process to revoke it, because there's no proof that we can find at all so far that they've been submitting their insurance claims. So that concerns me, because I held a First Amendment event there, and I mean, well, it's not just me. We had this wonderful event, and it concerns me that if they didn't have insurance on the street, since they're required to, I thought the city had to have insurance on it, because I didn't know about this R permit. Otherwise, I would have made sure that there was insurance before I held any kind of event, because if something happened, I don't know if I would be liable. I don't know if Scientology would be liable, and so that's very terrifying. And although I would maybe want to have another event there, I'm reluctant because I don't know about the insurance. So if they have left the city vulnerable for that, then that contract needs to be revoked. And it also needs to be revoked because of the other thing that we keep bringing up, and that is the slave labor. You cannot keep a permit. How can we keep a permit when we know that they are getting when they're using slave labor? Now, if you want to give them a time to readjust, and get paid labor, that's on them and on you, I guess. But I would suggest revoking it completely because of them breaking these laws and rules, and then they can reapply once they can prove that they're going to be doing the right thing. And then I would say, please tear up, and they won't be doing the right thing. I'm sad to say, because so far they haven't for anything at all. And yet, and I'm also asking that you revoke, because I consider their special event permits a contract too, and they have 3 more coming that I know of this month, and they should be revoked because they, these are you're not allowed to give them these events, and then it's the public. How they if it's open to the public, yet for viewpoint discrimination, I can't go, and I'm not there creating any kind of. I'm not going to create any, do anything. Yeah, I just want to go. I want to test my right to be in the public space when it's open to the public, and they won't allow that. So the city, I feel the city is that you guys are putting the city at risk by even giving them any permits going forward. They should have none, and I'm asking you to please revoke the special event permits that they have right now. And I noticed too that they only started showing proof of insurance for their special event permits when we started dealing with the
Thank you,
planters.
Dr. Dudley. And President King, that concludes multiple agenda item commentary this morning.
Thank you very much. With that, we will close the multiple item public comment portion of today's meeting and move on to the approval of minutes from Monday.
Well, guys, that was today's exciting meeting. I woke up late. I haven't even gone for my swim yet. I think I'm just exhausting myself. Maybe needed a day to sleep in because I certainly slept in today. I woke up and it was 10 o'clock and the meeting starts at 10. So I rolled out of bed and grabbed my tablet and signed in. How's everyone today? Monica, I've been working on that. I worked on it last night. I only have like 7 more rows. It's starting to get smaller. And I'm going to get it done today so I can mail it out to Cricket. I have a box ready to send him. It's actually right here. My Cricket box. I'm going to send him a bag of Mexican candy. It's got other kinds in there. It's just got more of these because I just bought those. But it also has Poporindo, the spicy mango pops, different version of the spicy mango pops. Actually, these are watermelon. Yeah, these are watermelon. These are the mango. What else? That might be it. Oh, and peloneta, which is tamarindo, spicy tamarindo. Those are really good. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all that's in there. Or more poporindo and more pops, but I mean, no other varieties. I was gonna send him jam, and then he said he doesn't really eat jam, so I'm sending him sugar candy that he can try. And that's really it. Well, that and there's some. I threw in some stickers from Pup Groomer that Pup Groomer made. I've got Tom Cruise and Davey Miscavige, a gnome roamer. Oops. That one says Scientology is a cult. One of the Cubs champions. Scientology, variously defined as a cult. I can't read it. I have to look around the phone. I can't read it through the phone because of my short-sightedness. Or far-sightedness. A cult, a business, a scam. And then it gives where that's from, which is Wikipedia, and then Stop Scientology. And another, Scientology is a cult. Learn more at SBTV space. And then I am throwing in one of my Unarian stickers from the Unarian cult I visited. And that's That's crickets ready to send out. So I just need to finish this hat. And I only have 7 more rows, so I'm gonna finish it today. I thought about holding on to it for the knitting stream, to show it off on the knitting stream, but I'm just so excited to get it out. And honestly, he should be the one to be able to show it off if he wants to. And I want to see a picture of him in it. So I am gonna finish that today and get it out the door. Only 7 more rows. And they're tiny rows because it's short rows. I thought about just finishing it right now while I'm on the live with you guys. But my cat is screaming at me from from the door saying, hey, you didn't feed me. You'd feed me a lot earlier. Because I do usually get up a lot earlier. So he's out there trying to get my attention. Hey, Lydia. So I'm going to get off, go feed the cat, finish this knitting, run this to the post office. I hope you guys go out and do something fun today and are up to a little bit of naughtiness. Find some shenanigans and antics anyway. And by naughtiness, my naughtiness is things I do to speak out, for the victims of Scientology. That's hardly naughty, but it feels naughty sometimes. And makes it fun. Heather said, excited to go discover some Sciento papers from 1950s from a closed mission. Oh, I heard about that or a little bit about that last night with Journey. That's awesome, Heather. That'll be fun. That's good shenanigans. That's the kind of shenanigans I'm down for. All right, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. Bye.